Learn to make this Minecraft menu from scratch in Godot. The buttons have a click sound and hover texture. The entire system is modular, so you can add more buttons too. Quick note, if you haven't subscribed already, do consider subscribing for more amazing content. Let's get started. Open a new Godot project. We will start by importing the assets. Download the zip file link in description and extract it in the Godot project. Let's start by making the button. Make a new scene and add a button as the root node. In the custom styles, enable the normal style and choose a new style box texture. Drag and drop the button normal PNG file from the assets to the texture slot. Under margin, set all the margins to 12. Under axis stretch, set both to tile fit. Now add a label to the button and give it some text. In the custom font, add a new dynamic font. Drag and drop the one Minecraft regular font to the font data field. Set the font size to 50. Resize the button. Click on the label and set the layout to full rect. Also, set the align and realign to center. In custom colors, enable font color and set it to white. Set the font color shadow to a dark gray. In the custom constants, set the X and Y shadow offset to 5. Save the scene in a proper folder. Let's now add the script. Delete this garbage code. Firstly, type tool. This will make the button a tool script. It will allow us to see the changes in the editor. Define an export variable button text and make a setter and getter for it. In the function setButtonText, we will set the button text to the new text, and update the text of the button label. In the getButtonText, we simply return the button text. Now if you click the button, you can change the button text and see it update. Make sure to change only the button text and not text. Add an audio stream player 2D to the button and drag and drop the button click MP3 to the stream field. Connect the button press signal to the button. In the new function created, type audio player.play. This will play the click sound when the button is pressed. Make sure to define the audio player. Let's quickly configure the game window size. Click Editor, then Project Settings, search for Window. Set the width to 1920 and height to 1080. Set the stretch mode to 2D and aspect to keep. Let's test it. Nice, it works. Let's add the other textures for the button. Go to the custom styles of the button and enable hover. Set it to a new style box texture. Drag and drop the button hover PNG to the texture field. Again, set all the margin to 12 and axis stretch to tile fit. Save the style box texture. Drag and drop this style to the pressed and focus styles as well. Nice. Now let's make the icon button. Make a new scene and add a texture button as the root and rename it to icon button. Drag and drop the language button normal PNG to the normal texture. And the language button hover to the pressed, hover and focus texture fields. In Rect, set the min size to 110 by 74. Enable expand and set the stretch mode to keep. In the horizontal size flags, uncheck fill and check shrink center and shrink end. In the vertical, check expand and shrink end. Save the scene. Now let's make the actual main menu. Make a new scene. Add a user interface as the root and rename to menu. Save the scene too. Add a texture rect and set the layout to full rect. Drag and drop the background image to the texture. Click on the menu node and add a center container. Set the layout to center wide. Add a box container to it. And add a texture rect to the box. Drag and drop the Minecraft logo to the texture field. Click the center container, and set the layout to center wide again, rename it to C. Rename the box to We. Rename the logo texture rect to Logo. And the background texture to Background. Click on We and add a H separator rename to HS. Set the separation to 100. Set the custom style to New Style Box Empty. Again click on We and add a H box container. Rename it to Button Group. Add a We box to it and rename it Left. In the rect set the min size to 128 by 128. Copy and paste the left node 2 times. Rename the new one Center and Right. Click the center We box and in the size flags, check Expand Horizontal. Click on the left We box. Then click the chain icon to instance the icon button in it. Rename it to Language Button. Click on the right We box and again instance an icon button. Rename it to IC button. Drag and drop the IC button hover PNG to the pressed, hover and focus texture. And the normal PNG to the normal texture. Click the center We box. And instance the button scene in it. Set the button text to single player. Now open the button scene. In the rect set the min size Y to 60 and save the button scene. Come back to the menu scene and you should see the button is a little better. Rename the button. Again click on the center We box and instance another button. Set the text to rename it to. Set the custom separation of the center We box to 15. Add a H box container to the center We box. In that instance another button and set the button text to mods. In the size flag of the H box and the button check the horizontal expand. Click on the H box and instance another button. Set the text to realms. Again check the horizontal expand size flag. Click the H box and set the custom separation to 16. Rename the 3 nodes. Copy and paste the button line 1 time. Set the text of the new buttons to options and quit. Rename the button nodes to. Click the center V box and add a H separator to it. Drag this and drop it in between the 2 button lines. Click the separator, and set the style to empty style box. And separation to 16. Click on the language button and in the rect set the min Y to 65 and set the stretch mode to keep aspect. Do the same in the icon button scene. Adjust the min size of the language button until you are happy with the positioning. Nice, now let's add the splash text. Click on the menu node, and add a label. Rename it to splash text. Set the text to something. In the custom font, choose a new dynamic font and drag and drop the one Minecraft regular font to the font field. Set the font size to 48. The custom colors, set the font color to yellow, and the shadow color to a dark yellow. In the custom constants, set the X and Y shadow offset to 5. Move the text to the proper location. Then click on this tool to move the rotation pivot. Click and drag the plus sign on the text to around the center part. Click on the rotate tool and rotate the text slightly. Position it how you want. Now add an animation player to the splash text. Click on Animation, then New, and give the animation a name as shown. Let's make a simple scale animation. Click on the splash text, in the rect. Click the key near scale. Click Create. Move the playhead to the end of the animation. Then select the first keyframe, right-click and click Duplicate Keys. Set the length of the animation to half a second. And move the end keyframe. Move the playhead to in between the two keyframes. Then click on the splash text. And set the scale to 1.1. Then click the key again. Adjust the position of the end keyframe to your liking. To loop the animation, click the loop icon to the right of the animation length. Now, let's add the manuscript. Here let's get a reference to the animation player. In the Ready function, let's play the animation we just made. Click on the Quit button. And connect the pressed signal to the menu. Here type getTree.quit. Quick fixes. Go to the button scene. Set the Enable Focus Mode to None. Go to the icon button scene. And also set the Enable Focus Mode to None. Attach a script to the icon button. Then add Audio Stream Player 2D to the icon button. Drag and drop the button, click MP3 to the stream field. In the script, get a reference to the audio player. Then connect the icon button's pressed signal to itself. In this function, type audioplayer.play. That's it. You can run the scene after choosing the menu as the main scene. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe for more content. It's free, but it helps the channel a lot.